lot of letters. We figured rather than me just read the answers, we'd have him come in. Ozzy, welcome back on the show.
Good to be back, Ricky.
So what does Ozzy Osbourne do during the summer?
Well, I've been working. Well, after my farewell tour, I got off the road and I sat down and started eating candy and chocolate and getting fat and getting loaded.
Collecting pogs? Do you know what pogs are?
What's pogs?
Never mind. I talked about it earlier. Nobody in the West Coast, your kids don't play with pogs.
What the hell is a pog?
They're these little cardboard things that it's a game. It's huge in the West Coast. I guess it hasn't started off here.
I've just come back from the West Coast. And
I bet they even sell Ozzy Osbourne pogs somewhere. I will find pogs, send them to the studio, send you pogs, send your children pogs. But are the kids going crazy this summer? Or?
Well, I'm in New York right now working with Steve Vai.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit, too.
I am coming back out on the road.
Yeah!
As soon as I get this record finished, see, because what happened was, when we recorded No More Tears, there was stuff left over from that, which I continued to write with Zakk Wylde. Then he went and did his own thing, and then I was kind of left in limbo, and he took a year off, you know. And then I kept saying to my wife, what do retired rock and rollers do? What does retirement mean? And I just got really antsy about it. I got really I was lost, you know. My world for the last 20-odd years has been like moving around the planet, you know. So I decided, Sharon said, well, you know, introduced me to Steve. I met Steve in England when he was working with Aerosmith. And it went on from there. So I'm kind of like doing an experimental thing with Steve. It's working out okay right now, but what's up the road, I don't know. But I will definitely be back out on the road.
Good. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to play an Ozzy video. Stay tuned. We've got more Headbangers Ball with Ozzy Osbourne. We get 400 letters a week here at the Headbangers Ball, and a lot of them are requesting videos, and a lot of them are requesting just to see someone like Ozzy, which was very cool for him to come down. And this letter, which comes from Becca Lorick from Greenwood, South Carolina, is actually sort of related. This question says, what has happened to Steve Vai? He knows he produced the record, and what's Steve Vai doing? And in actuality, Steve Vai is working with you now, right?
That's correct,
Tell us what's going on with that.
Well, we're in a very experimental stage right now, Ricky. I got a bunch of guys together, and I was out in Steve's studio in Los Angeles for a while, and then we've moved to New York, where we just kind of like now turning these musical ideas into songs. I hope. Hopefully there'll be an album out of it. There will be an album somewhere along.
Now, would it be a band or would it be an Ozzy Osbourne record?
It won't be a band. It'll be an Ozzy Osbourne record. I wanted to experiment on that for a while, but my record company just said, you know, it's an Ozzy record, you know. So I said, okay, I'm not going to argue. So you pay the check, so you know. So it's gone along fine. I'm really anxious for it. I really want to, you know, want it to be done so I can get back out on the road again, you know.
Because when you were on the road last time for the farewell tour, and we hooked up with you at Irvine Meadows, I mean, it didn't really seem, even you seemed like you wanted to go out on the road. We're going to talk about that when we come back, about the farewell tour, which was going to be the last time, but we kind of had a feeling, and we were hoping.
The feeling was at the end when that fireworks said, "I'll be back."
That kind of gave away, because I was at that show. The kind of "I'll be back" in fireworks kind of gave us a hint. Maybe he'll be playing again. So right now we're going to play a video that you requested. Go ahead and introduce it.
Crazy Babies.
Back on the Headbangers Ball, we're here with Ozzy Osbourne. Now, I was at both of the shows in Irvine Meadows, California. There was sort of the farewell show. Of course, at the ending of the show, there were fireworks that said, "I'll be back." And if you saw the show, it was obvious that you were having a blast. I mean, you've never looked like you were on stage kind of, on the last tour, like going through the motions like, oh, I want to get off. I mean, you're working hard, but you still miss.
Well, you know, what happened with me on that farewell tour was when I played in Chicago, I was doing outside and with all the water, I got a cold, which I never quite shook, and so I was getting really bummed out with myself on stage, you know, because I suffer from terminal perfectionism. If I'm not singing perfectly, then I get upset about it.
Didn't you even break a rib on stage or something?
I broke 4 ribs on the last tour. 4 bones on my. See what happened with my leg was I did the Fox Theatre in Detroit, and I did one of my famous leaps in the air with all the water and snapped my foot, you know. So I then continued touring with a cast on my foot, and every night I'd have a new cast, and so my leg is kind of semi-permanently damaged. It's a problem that I live with. It's nothing that can cause me pain, or it's just the way I walk. A bit funny now, but it's rock and roll, man. I die for it. It's what I'm all about.
But when you got off the road,
I got off the road and I said, "This is it, Valhalla. Give me the chocolate bars. Forget all this health food." And then I started to load on the pounds, and then I suddenly looked in my wardrobe one day and I thought, I've got all these nice clothes that I can't wear, and I thought, well, do something about it, Ozzy. And it's like with me, it's all or nothing, you know. I got on a health kick again, and I started eating right food. I started working out, you know, on a daily basis. I do an hour a day on a life cycle
that's
every
not
day.
Good.
That's good.
No, it's not good. Like,
And smoke plenty of this,
right.
man.
Smoking cigarettes, getting on the bicycle an hour.